say you're powerful? Oh, no, that's weak. If you know that you're powerful, let me hear you say, woo! Absolutely. Everybody in this room is powerful. Everybody in this room can accomplish a goal or a dream that they have. How many of you guys believe that? How many of you guys know your goals and dreams? Some people, okay. Mr. Sean is going to talk about that a little bit more. But I'm here to encourage you guys today. We're here because we care about you guys, and we just want to impart some positivity into your lives. And so some of you in this room, let's be real, how many of you guys feel like, you know what, I really don't feel that powerful? Who could be real and say that? All right, good. We got some honest people in here. How many people can say, you know what, sometimes I feel positive, sometimes I don't. I don't know. I go up and down. Okay. How many of you guys know that we all have some good and bad days? We all have days where we don't feel as powerful. We all have days where we feel like, you know what, I'm not good enough. And the next way we might feel like, you know what, I can do it. And how many of you guys battle negative thoughts every single day? Raise your hand. See, somebody wasn't listening. I heard somebody say, what'd she say? I called you, in the front row. I said, how many of you guys can say that you battle with negative thoughts every single day? And I said, raise your hand if that's you. And I raised my hand. I was trying to raise everything else, but I can't. Absolutely. Not just you guys in the 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, but also adults. Everybody has those days. Everybody deals with some negativity, some negative thoughts. And sometimes we would have each other think that we're the only ones dealing with something. You might feel like, you know what, I'm the only one that has suicidal thoughts. Or I'm the only one that's had depression. Or I'm the only one that feels like I'm not good enough. Or I'm the only one that feels like I'm ugly or stupid or dumb or I could never accomplish anything. Everybody has negative thoughts sometime in their lives. But that doesn't mean that you have to give into it and not have a positive future because of some of those negative thoughts. How many of you guys talk to yourself? Raise your hand. All right, I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm being real. I ain't crazy, y'all, but I like to talk to myself, okay? So what I mean by talking to yourself is every single day you can choose whether you're gonna give into negativity or positivity, okay? And every single day I said, all of us can battle with some negative thoughts. And where do they come from? Oh no, I need some participation. Where do they come from? Our brain, yeah. Your mind, yeah. You have those negative thoughts. So I have two options. If I wake up today and I feel like, man, I don't feel like getting out of bed, man, I feel moody, it sucks, man. Oh, what's the point of getting out of bed? Just gonna have another bad day anyway. So those are the thoughts that are coming to me. What are my two choices? What's the choice one? What can I do with those thoughts? Anybody know? Yeah, you. I can try to do what? Okay, you can try to do something positive. Yes. G-W-O-D-J-O-B. He said try to think of something positive. So the first thing I can do, I have two choices. I can listen to the negative thoughts and wallow in it and agree with it and stay there like, yeah, I'm gonna have a terrible day, or man, yeah, life sucks. Or, what was your answer again? Or think a positive thought. So if I feel like, man, this day sucks, what's the point of getting out of bed? I can think something positive and say, you know what, I'm gonna turn it around today, I'm gonna force myself to be positive, I'm gonna have a good day today. You might not feel it. You might feel like you're lying to yourself, but you have to speak that. Because words have power. How many of you guys believe that? Words have power. The things that you say can impact your day. And the thoughts that you allow to bombard your mind and you don't combat that with positive words or positivity, not only can it destroy your day, it can impact your entire life. So that's why when I started off, I said, how many of you guys feel you're positive and powerful? And some of you are like, yeah, some of you are like, no. But it starts with the thoughts. Even if you don't feel it, you have to speak it. Even when you don't feel it. And if you continue to speak it, you'll start to believe it. And you might feel like, that's crazy. I don't feel good about myself. Well, you need to go in the mirror and say, you know what? I am smart. I am intelligent. I am beautiful. I can do it. And I talk to myself that way. There's days I wake up and I'm like, man, it's about to be another stupid day. And I don't give into that thought. I can if I want to, and everybody has those bad days you just don't feel like saying anything, but I can choose to say, you know what, I'm going to have a positive day. And if I say that, or if I say, you know what, I'm gonna have a negative day, man, I don't feel like getting out of bed, it's gonna be another crappy day. And when stuff starts happening, what's my perspective gonna be? Negative, right? How about I say, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna have a great day, and then when stuff happens, you know what? It's cool, I'm having a good day. I'm not gonna let that mess with me. You know what? She going off on me, whatever, that's her problem. I'm not gonna let her stop my positivity. That's on her. Okay, so it's like, it's all about here, your mind. How strong is your mind? What's your perspective on your day? But not only on your day, because remember, days add up to weeks, to months, to years, to your life. So you have to start making a change each and every day. Because again, we all have negative thoughts. We all have to battle that. But we can choose to speak positivity over our lives, or we can choose to just go with the thoughts. And again, I'm here to encourage you because sometimes we have people around us that surround us that make us feel negative about ourselves. It might be a so-called friend, but if they're talking down to you, they're really not a true friend. It could be family members, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, or the absence of that person that you wish could be in your life, but they're not there, so it makes you feel like you're not good enough, or you're not worthy of loving, or you're not worthy of respect, or that you're not valuable, or that what's the use, my own father or mother doesn't even want me or love me. But we can't allow that to distract us from the fact that if you're here on earth, you're here on purpose. Even if your parents are like, we didn't want you, we didn't want it to abort you, but you're here. So if you're here, that means that you have a destiny. You have a future. You're supposed to be here, even if the people who are supposed to love you don't. That's their issue, but you're supposed to be here. And I'm here to tell you, you have identity, you have purpose, you have beauty in your life. Even if you have no one in your life telling you that, I'm telling you that. Because you have to believe that for yourself. It's something that comes from within, but that has to be built up through positivity, through positive words, through being around other positive people. And it might not be your parent. It just might not, but it might. But if it's not, you can get around somebody that's positive. Maybe it's a teacher in this school that you just click with, a basketball coach, a minister at church, your best friend's mom or older sister. It doesn't necessarily have to be your parents, but if it's your parents, that's great too. But get around other positive people and influences that can pour positivity into your life, because it's all enough negative around us, but we have to make sure we can combat that. Because you have a positive future, and every person in here is powerful, even if you don't see it for yourself. You have to start believing it and speaking it and saying it so that you can be that and live that and see that in your life. So again, I just want to encourage you guys that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. And again, stop comparing yourself to other people. I talked about with the last group, the comparison thing, where it's like, say if you wanted to be a basketball player, but somebody's better, and you're trying hard, and you're like, man, I just suck, I'm trying to do better, I'm just not good enough, I'm not as good as that person. But maybe you're great at science, or math, or singing, or drawing. We all have gifts, talents, and abilities that we were just born with. And we have to learn to love ourselves, to love who we are, to love our weaknesses and our strengths, and not to compare with each other. And now with social media, that's pretty tough. See, I grew up where we didn't have the pressures of social media, thank God. So I know both sides. I love social media, and I'm very much into it myself. I'm a millennial, so y'all don't even know what we call it. You're not, you're a little older, but what is it called? Millennials. Yes, I'm a millennial. So it's like my generation loves technology, but I grew up where we didn't have a lot of it. So, you know, when bullying was going on in school, it was like, okay, that's going on in school, but when I go home, I don't have to deal with that, because I'm not going online seeing this girl saying all this crazy stuff about me, or, you know, spreading stuff online. You guys have to deal with that. How many of you guys have dealt with cyberbullying or some form of that on like social media? Yeah, so it's a different time we're living in, and so because of that, sometimes you can compare yourself, sometimes you can think your self-worth is in your followers, your friends, what they saying, and let me just tell you, a lot of those so-called friends and followers are fake anyway. You have no real friendships with those people. So please don't base your value on your social media status or how many followers you have or don't have, okay? That's very important that you don't do that. So again, find what you're good at. Find the things that you like. And spend some time with those things, developing those things, okay? So again, how many of you guys think that you're powerful? She's like, yes. How many of you guys, I'm going to ask again, this is a different kind of a question. How many of you guys feel that you can combat, meaning fight against the negative thoughts that come against you? Yeah, and how many of you know it's okay to get help? So for example, I gave the example of that in the last workshop, that if you're struggling with something, talk to somebody. We all need somebody to talk to at different times in our lives, even as adults, and it is okay. If you're struggling with whatever, grades or math, or you're struggling in a relationship, find somebody to talk to. And honestly, for advice, the best person may not be your best friend. You want to talk to somebody that can do something about it, probably an adult. If it's your parent, that's fantastic. If it has to be a teacher, a counselor, your best friend's mom, that's good too. But there's always help. If you need tutoring for something, or if you want to get better at a sport, a skill, or if you're struggling with something personal in your life, don't feel like you can't talk to somebody. Find that adult that you can trust, that you can talk to. And also, I want to talk a little bit about peer pressure. I talked a little bit about it. You guys are in the 6th grade, right? So you haven't had the Horizon program yet. And I used to be the lead educator for the Horizon program, and I'm no longer working for that program. But if you're still here, you'll have that in the 7th grade. And it is an amazing program that's going to help you navigate through your adolescence. And they talk a lot about peer pressure. And something that I just want to leave you with is, please don't make permanent decisions based off the temporary relationships and friendships you have now. And what I mean by that is, a lot of times it's so hard. Even as adults, we feel pressured by our groups of friends, and it doesn't change, but that's why you have to develop strength now, and develop strength of character, and a stand, and a conviction about things that you're gonna do and not gonna do for approval of other people. You have to develop that now. And what I mean by that is, you know what, it can be so hard to say no, I just don't wanna do it. How many of you guys struggle with saying no if you're pressured to do something? You could be honest. Okay, quite a few of you. And that's normal. However, you have to have enough strength to say no, because you don't want to make a permanent decision based off of a temporary friendship. And what I mean by that, a lot of people that you're friends with now, you're probably never going to talk to again, maybe on social media. And some friendships are going to be long-lasting, but the majority of the people you go to school with, they won't be long-lasting friendships. And so let's give you a scenario. I gave it in the last one. Say if, you know, you're a cheerleader and your boyfriend is like the quarterback, and, you know, the girl's like, girl, you better give him some, because if you don't, somebody will. You know, he oughta, and blah, 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 like they going on and on and on. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it because y'all talk about it anyway. So we're going to keep it real in here, because I hear it in the hallways all the time. I've probably worked at the school for 5 years, and you would probably not be surprised at things that I've heard, but I've heard it all. So you guys have heard it. So anyway, like, you can do it and go along with it, have sex with that person because you're like, man, I don't want to, I'm not ready, but she right. If I don't, somebody probably will, and I'm gonna lose them. First of all, that's why it's important to have self-love and self-respect. If someone's gonna leave you because you're not ready to have sex, 2 fingers, you don't really care about me for me, you just want the sex. So you have to learn your value and your worth. And guys, same thing. You on a football team, basketball team, man, you better hit that, because if you don't, man, you know, you lying, you gay, what's wrong with you? You don't like women? That's the pressure. I mean, I've heard it all. And if you're not strong enough, what you're gonna do? You're gonna do it. Because you wanna fit in. Because you don't want your boys talking about you. You don't want them to start trying to bully you. However, here's the thing. And I'm gonna let my husband talk about this a little bit more, but here's the thing. There's so many pressures, especially being like a certain group or clique in school, being an athlete, which he was a part of that, my husband, being a cheerleader dancer, which I was a part of that. There's so many different pressures, especially in the arts and the sports, but you don't want to make those decisions based on what other people think. You have to have a goal for yourself, focus on that, because say if you do have sex, you're the girl that has sex with the quarterback just because you don't want to lose your friendships or you don't want to lose him, and you get pregnant, then what? Now that friend who was pressuring you to have sex with him was like, dang girl, I didn't know you was gonna get pregnant. I didn't tell you to get pregnant, I just said give him some. Well, that can be a result of me giving him some. So, hello, now are you gonna help me take care of this baby? Like, probably not. Or, you know, you're the guy that does it just because you don't want your boys to talk about you. Or let's just be real, it ain't because your boys talking about you, it's because you want it. And then you do it, but not understanding contraception, not understanding the impact, or you don't even understand how it works, you don't understand, and then you do it, and then now you got an STD, which is a sexually transmitted disease. That impacts your life. especially depending what kind you get. And again, I'm not going too far, you guys, 6th grade, you'll learn that in the 7th grade program. But what I'm saying is you have to start realizing that there are consequences to your actions. And sometimes when you're young, you're ignorant to the effects, and ignorant doesn't mean dumb, it just means you just don't know. I've had so many students like, Miss White, I used to be Miss White, we just got married, like, Miss White, I didn't know I could get pregnant the first time I had sex. Like, that wasn't, if I would have known, if someone would have educated me, I wouldn't have gotten myself in that situation. Or I would have waited. Or I would have used contraceptive, like, they just didn't know. Or guys who was like, I didn't understand that from oral sex, you couldn't get a sexually transmitted disease. There are certain things that if you're not educated on, it can negatively impact your life. So you have to get educated on the things. And when you're this young, you feel like everything's a party. Oh, well, there's no consequences. I'm gonna live life. We want you to have fun. I enjoyed my childhood. I had lots of fun. But I knew the consequences of actions, and I was like, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. So then I need to do something different. And that's all we're saying. Start thinking about the things that you're doing now. Yeah, you're only in 6th grade. But a 6th grader can get pregnant, a 6th grader can get an STD, a 6th grader can get in a gang and get shot and killed, a 6th grader can get in a fight and bully somebody and cause them to commit suicide. You have to think about the actions that you're doing now because it impacts other people. So again, I just want to encourage you. Know the power that you have. You have the power to impact somebody's life. You have the power to change your future and to have exactly what you want. But if you don't start thinking about the actions and the things that you're doing now, you may look 5 years from now, 10 years from now and say, oh my God, what did I do? And we don't want that for you because it doesn't have to be that way. So I love you guys. I want you guys to know that you're valuable, you're important, you're equal to anything and anyone, and you're worthy of love and respect. So when you have those bad thoughts, keep that in view. And that's the acronym, VIEW. I am valuable. I don't care what anybody says. I am important, I matter. I am equal to anything and anything that tries to come against me to stop me, and I am worthy of love and respect. Love you guys.